County Fair down in Southern California, where I remembered before I went, or going today, is back in the day when they had free concerts there. And there were some good bands there. There were some really good bands. But the first one I saw there was with my kids. I took them when they were young, and it was the Grassroots. And I used to love the song Live for Today way back. Remember? Back on the radio in the 60s. And it was a pretty cool song. But when we saw them, they did a long jam on it, and the guitarist got to take off. And a little trivia bit with the Grassroots is Creed Bratton. If you know that name, it's from the show The Office. Well, he was in that group back then, and that was kind of a trip that he was in the band. Anyway, the next band I think I saw was Jefferson Starship, which it wasn't all the original members, but they did have Paul Kantner and Papa John Creech, who was cool to see. Now, I saw Jefferson Airplane at my first concert back in '67, and it was a long time in between, and I know it wasn't the originals, but it was still a good concert. And Paul Kantner was a big part of that band. He wrote a lot of the music, he sang, but Papa John was just the coolest addition later on, playing violin or fiddle. And it was good. It was a good concert. And then next up, I think I was Peter Frampton was there. And I always liked Peter Frampton, especially Humble Pie and when he first started out. And then he got huge, but he just had such a cool guitar style. I was just listening to some Humble Pie the other day, Stone Cold Fever, and his solo in the middle is so original and incredible. I just love the way he just took it in a different form for back then. Just really good guitar player. And I know he played for a while with David Bowie, and it was the Glass Spider tour. And I remember when he was playing at the fair, I think a spider was dropping down, and he goes, "Look, there's a glass spider." And I got it. I think most of the crowd didn't even know what he was talking about. But anyway, that was a cool little thing. And then one of the best ones was Paul Rodgers. Now, I love Paul Rodgers' voice. I did see him with Free early and with Bad Company when he first started out. Such a great band. Such a great voice. I mean, he could make anybody sound better. Anyway, he played there and he did some old Free and Bad Company and solo stuff. Just a great, great show. And it just reminded me because we're going to the fair. And I just went back and thought of those things. Anyway, this is Dean from Dino's Rock Talk, and I'll talk to you next time.